Why do you have a problem with women talking about this pussy's wet as hell? We live?
We live.
We live. Welcome back to the Opinion Factory podcast, the podcast for free thinkers and challenge seekers.
Yes, sir.
I'm Khelil.
I'm Alex. And recently, man, everybody and their mama is talking about WAP.
Love me some WAP.
Hey, as we all do, man. But anyone doesn't know, as Ben Shapiro would say,
wet ass P word.
Shout out Ben Shapiro, right? Raunchy video, raunchy lyrics, you know, just regular music.
Music.
With a little more raunchiness, you know, regular grown folk music, I'd say.
I don't think there's anything regular. All right, let's continue.
Okay.
All right.
You don't think it's regular? All right, we'll get to that 1 second later, right?
All right.
Everybody's been reacting, like we said. Recently, CeeLo said this thing in an interview in a magazine, right? Far Out magazine. He said, a lot of music today is very unfortunate and disappointing on a personal and moral level. Fair, stay with me, right?
All right.
There was once a time when we were savvy enough to code certain things. We could express those. It was meant for with the style of language we used. But now music is shameless. It is sheer savagery.
Now it's shameless, and now it's sheer savagery.
Which had me just thinking and doing some research. You know, I remember when I was a kid, there was like this song, you know, Lil Jon, right? You remember Lil Jon's song, Get Low? Nah, doesn't sound familiar to you?
Remind me. Refresh my memory real quick.
To the windows, to the wall, right? To the sweat drop down my balls. To all you bitches crawl. To all ski. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sounds familiar.
Not too much coded language in there, you know, I'm just saying.
When was that? It was like 2004 or something?
I believe it was 2003, close.
2003.
2003, so I was like 8, 9.
All right. Not very moral.
I mean, I don't know, like, what is skeet code? Like, I mean, sounds pretty obvious to me. Like,
Bitches could be anything.
Hey.
What does it mean by his balls?
Cool. Hey, right?
He's a sportsy guy.
to the bitches. Hey. Coded language, fam. Coded language, right?
All right.
Cool. Yin Yang Twins. Whisper song. Yin Yang Twins had everybody whispering in people's ears, right?
I actually like the whisper song though.
Hey, no one said you can't like this music.
Bro, I remember the first time I heard that song, I was like, "What the hell is this?"
I just want you guys to stay with me for 1 second.
How can you say this on a song,
right?
and like still and get away with it?
I just want you to stay with me for 1 second, right? Just stay with me, right?
What they say?
So I'm gonna get. Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Let me tell you something you really want to hear, right? I'll skip to the chorus. So I'll get to. So. You know, coded language, right? Remember, coded language.
I expect this to be very subtle.
Hey, bitch, wait till you see my dick. Hey, bitch, wait till you see my dick.
You capping, bro. That ain't what they said,
I'm gonna beat that pussy up. Like bam, bam, bam. Like bam, bam, bam. Like some Family Guy joint going on.
Bam, 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 bam. Up.
CeeLo wasn't making music at the time, though. Maybe he missed that one.
Man, CeeLo been around for how long, man?
That
man been around for like 20 years. I don't want to hear that. Talk about coded. What coded language? And just so y'all know, charted songs on the radio. Get Low, number 2. Hot Billboards. Whisper song, 15. We also got that Kanye West song, Lil Pump. What was
I Love It, right?
I Love It, right? So Kanye West talking about, I'm a sick fuck, I like the quick fuck. All this stuff, man.
That was last year.
That was 2018. 2018.
Okay, 2 years ago.
Number 1.
That was number 1.
Number 1. I did not hear this mass outcry when these dudes were doing it. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Now that some women did it, right? Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion did it. Now it's just, what about the children? Oh man, how could you put this on the radio?
You think that's what it is?
What is the example for young girls that's setting that up? I would never let my daughter listen to this song.
That's BS. All I'm hearing is you can't disrespect yourself. Only I can disrespect you.
I don't know if I'm hearing that, bro. But
Bro, come on, bro.
Right,
hey, bitch, wait till you see my dick. Come on now. All that stuff about, you know, what if your daughter was listening to this? How do you feel if your daughter listens to this? If they ask me, like, first of all, my daughter would have enough sense to know that it's a song and it's not real life.
Music's very influential. Man, we talked about this last week. Music's very influential.
I heard all those songs when I was little. I never whispered in no woman's ear, "Hey, bitch, wait till you see my dick."
It's not gonna influence you like that.
So I highly doubt that if my daughter was to hear WAP, she's not gonna tell some guy to stick his dick down her throat. She could enjoy the song. I can have a girl. She could enjoy the song. Does that mean that she's a hoe? There's some hoes in this house. If she's bumping that, does that mean she's a hoe? If you got a girl and she's twerking to that, does that mean she's a hoe? If your daughter listens to that, does that mean no? It doesn't. And why? Number two, why is someone saying, "Well, how would you feel if your son listened to those songs?"
That's the point I'm making right now. No one ever said that shit.
What's going on?
No one ever said that shit. I never heard that once.
What
you
about,
should be listening to this song because of this.
Don't I deserve to be protected and sheltered as a child?
You know,
I had Yin Yang Twins unfiltered in my ear as a child. That should not. If this is a problem, that should not have been happening. Kanye West, #1 Billboard. I bet you. The way that things are right now, kids will hear that on the radio and will go online and hear the dirty version.
Song was on the radio, on BT, 106 in Park, all over the place.
Remember, as a kid, when you would hear a song, all the bleeps and the blank spaces, the first thing you do, dirty version.
Of course.
What they really saying?
Of course. I feel like the man one had the dirty version, everyone else had the clean version, bro. What?
Bro, and even R&B
plays.
And even R&B songs, right? Like, what was that you mentioned?
Oh, Pretty Ricky, Grind on Me, man.
Right.
There's plenty of songs like that, man. Come on.
Like, I feel like this outrage is, and another thing I think.
It's because women are doing it, fam. It's why, bro. I'm telling you, it's because women are doing it.
What about the women doing it makes us so mad? And I think in part, it's also, besides what I said, it's also in part that it is probably exposing some of the insecurities that men have.
Ooh,
now when you can be on the song talking about you gotta have a fat ass, you gotta have titties. That doesn't affect you. That doesn't affect you as a man. You don't have to think, well, do I have these things? Do these famous people find me appealing at all? But now when Cardi and Megan Thee Stallion park that big Mack truck right in his little garage, some men might think, well, do I have a big Mack truck? Can I reach that little dingly thing in the back of her throat? Can I do that? I don't like this. This is making me insecure. I don't like this no more.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't
because think about rap as a culture.
Yeah.
It hasn't really been geared towards women, towards gays, towards all that. It's really been a straight black man's game, right? And so now when there's things that might affect a lot of black men's egos, being #1 on the Billboard, I shouldn't say expect, but I'm not surprised that some black men or a lot of black men will be like, you know what, I don't like this no more.
To be fair, right? I'd be lying to you if I said I listen to female rappers. I can't relate. I can't relate to WAP. I can't relate to, like,
it's still bumps
I mean,
WAP is alright. WAP is alright.
It won't be on my phone personally. It's not gonna be on my.
But if it's on, I'm not gonna be like,
it's not gonna be my Apple Music.
You won't say turn this shit off though.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Like, I'm not gonna make an outcry if someone's playing it. That's fair, right? I did bump some female rappers, right? I fucked with like Lil' Kim on Money, Power, Respect. Was like she had the hook on that.
Missy Elliott is the first one that comes to mind.
Missy Elliott. I fucked with Foxy Brown.
Okay.
I'm missing one. I'm missing one. I was talking about this the other day. But you get that, Eve, right?
Oh, yeah.
I rock with Eve, I rock with Foxy Brown, I rocked with, like, Missy Elliott. Can have some songs, right? But when they start rapping about their pussy, it just don't relate to me, fam.
So,
it don't relate
that
to me.
brings me to another question.
That's okay.
Right.
That's okay.
Well, that brings me to another question. Is part of the problem that a lot of female rappers go straight to sexuality to sell records? Like, with the dudes, they talk about violence, they talk about money, they talk about cars, all that stuff. But for women, if they want to get big, usually what they do, they go straight to sexuality. I gotta talk about my pussy, how fat my ass is.
Like I said, the same thing we talked about last week, right? You gotta do what sells.
Right. But
so
for women, they have this box, and maybe that's part of why, like, dudes are saying this is too much.
Think about every female performer, artist. What do they wear? They wear revealing clothes.
There's some that don't.
Who?
Janelle Monáe.
How big is she?
I would say she's fairly big.
In relative terms, I'm talking about superstar.
Like compared to Nicki and
yeah,
Cardi.
Yeah, I'm talking about like superstar.
She's definitely not a household name.
Janelle Monáe is cool.
Jill Scott.
Like, she's like.
She's not a rapper though.
R&B singer.
Isn't Janelle? No, Janelle's like borderline.
I wouldn't call her a rapper, but I mean, it's more of a pop thing, honestly. I think so. Like Tightrope is like, it's more of a pop song, in my opinion. But still, my whole point is, you can go to Ariana Grande, you go to Beyonce, you go to Nicki Minaj, you go to Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, right? You go back historically, you talk about Britney Spears, all these A-list pop stars, music stars, all the women, they gotta look good and they gotta freaking wear some revealing clothes.
They have to be sexualized. And so now when they actually weaponize their sexuality in their favor, and now we're not controlling it.
You know what I think of? I always think of this one Christina Aguilera video I saw where she was talking about how she didn't want to do that. She didn't want to go into that like road of hypersexualization. And remember that song she had called Beautiful?
No.
Oh, man.
Maybe I do. I just don't remember right now.
You got to give me a second. I'm going to come back to it. But she had a song. I think it was called Beautiful. It was a song about like, finding insecurities, that you're pretty just the way you are, all this type of stuff. Okay. Right? And she gave interviews. She's like, she didn't want to do all that. And Christina Aguilera was pretty big.
She was.
But it's a rare case when that happens, fam.
And who was she big with? Like big in general? Or big with women?
She was big. Christina Aguilera had hits, bro. Like she was around the same time Britney Spears was around. But this is the whole thing I'm talking about. If you're trying to be in the music game, you could say Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion took it to the next level, which they probably did. But that's the type of stuff you have to do when you're trying to get big.
And that's like the only thing women can do. Like with men, it's not the case.
Whose fault is that though?
That's men's fault.
Okay, it's the same dudes that be claiming about all these women making money on OnlyFans. Whose fault is that?
That's facts.
All right, don't talk to me about all these women getting money. That's your fault. That's your fault. Stop paying for that. That's not my fault, bro. All right, that's your fault.
We got things like now Black China selling follow backs. Why?
You suckers are paying for it.
Because
we're paying for it. Don't get mad when they start doing like this is all I'm trying to say, fam. This is a hilarious double standard when men can rap about how big their dick is, fucking all the chicks' girlfriends. Right. Wait till you see my all this type of stuff, all this type of explicit we'll probably have to put like a concept in the title for this episode, right?
But we're men, that's okay. We don't have to do that.
When women started doing that, that's a problem. And then the other thing is when women act like they don't engage in none of that shit. Oh, they're prude. They're freaking thick.
But that's the thing, though. They wouldn't even know about those. Would CeeLo Green really know about Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and all those people if they hadn't made such hypersexualized music?
Facts.
They wouldn't even be honest. He wouldn't be talking about them at all.
Facts.
And so the fact that he's talking about them and Ben Shapiro is talking about them does Ben Shapiro know who Janelle Monáe is?
Doubt it.
I don't. Maybe he does. I'll be surprised if he does. Because she does not hypersexualize herself. And Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion know that if they can get Ben Shapiro talking about you, you're doing something right.
No, yeah, for sure. Like you're getting people outside the general public that listens to you.
You're doing something right.
All right, so
how many records did they just break with WAP?
Don't know, but I know it's at 95 million views right now.
Several.
And it's probably gonna get to like 200 considering the content of that video. Like, did you want to get that ass out, twerking, doing all that type of stuff.
And Kylie Jenner's in there. That's an automatic extra 20 million.
Yeah, facts. No artistic value to the video. You could argue. That was another argument I heard that the video wasn't art. It was supposed to be art. I'm like,
it was very well choreographed and put together. What are you talking about?
Bro, why does it gotta be art for, fam? This is the thing I'm talking about. Like, why do these women have to be role models to your daughters and sisters and cousins? Like, why? Like, they can look up to. Fam, you can have someone that entertains you that you never want to be like.
But we have this. All right, I think part of this. Go ahead.
Not because you're off. Like you can have people that entertain you that you don't want to be like.
Sure, like The Weeknd.
Yo, 50
this
Cent
man takes so many drugs.
Yeah,
love that guy.
50 Cent entertains me.
He talks about shooting up dudes' mama's houses.
I don't want to be like that dude. I could, like T.I. entertains me. He had good music that I listen to. I don't want to be like T.I. Right. And that's okay.
But we have this, not even just in the black community, but in America, maybe in the world.
It's a double standard between men and women.
Right. This women are seen to be these creatures that need to be preserved and protected, and their innocence is so precious, and they can't lose it before it's the right time. And so anything that might destroy their innocence or make them hip to the jive a little bit is ridiculous. But men, we're not really supposed to be protected. And when the yin yang twins make a song, when a guy makes a song, is it fair to say that he's making it for other guys? I don't know if that's fair to say. Like, I don't think the yin yang twins made the Whisper song for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But I mean,
So we know that those songs are directed at little girls as well.
Yeah.
And then when women make it, also I would think women make songs for girls. I don't know if they made WAP. Well, we'll get to that. Whatever. That's a rabbit hole. I wasn't prepared to see how big it was, but
go ahead, bro.
Women and men make songs targeted towards women. Of course, I feel like that's understood. Women set the trends. If the women do it, the men will do it because the men want the women. All right, they set the trends. We'll talk about that. So they make songs.
Yeah.
The men will follow.
We'll get back
You
to
target the women, the men will follow.
We'll get back to that. Go ahead.
So I think that double standard comes from the fact that, and just in general, women are seen as these things that have to be protected, not just from their innocence being destroyed, but from violence. You know what I'm saying? From other men, from predators. Like, there's just this notion that women need to be preserved, little girls especially. And so maybe that's why there's so much, partly why there's so much outcry over, how's this song going to affect our little girls? And is there any studies, is there any evidence that these songs are negatively affecting little girls?
I'm just not buying that. I'm not buying it. I'm not saying the things you were saying weren't right, but they do that with a lot of different stuff that's not just about little girls, it's just like in kids in general. It's like, oh, these kids can't play these violent video games. Oh, think about how these shooting games messing up these kids' mind. Like,
that's,
you know what I'm saying?
Though.
No, I feel like that's what's been going on for the last 25. Like, how long have video games been around? Right? Like, that's just the first one that comes to my mind. And this is about, I don't think it's about little girls in particular in this case it might be, but in general it's like, oh, think about the kids. It's that type of sentiment.
I think,
like, they can't watch this movie, it'll mess them up. It gotta be rated R. They can't hear these swear words, it'll mess them up, it'll turn them into bad kids. They can't do, like, oh, make sure there's no drug, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I still feel like the girls are a lot more protected than boys are.
No, I'm just not saying this is the reason why with this video or this song.
But that's not the reason, but that's like a root of it.
Perhaps, man. I don't know. I don't know. But I just find this whole harsh, like really harsh criticism towards this. I'm saying, oh, people like, oh, they can use their platform to make songs that empower women. Like, this is a women's empowerment. I didn't hear none of these shorties saying it's empowering.
No, I've heard people saying it's empowering.
You have?
Yeah. Yeah,
so
this is women taking charge of their own pleasure. Now it's not you telling me wait till I see your dick. That was me saying, park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. I'm in control now. That's empowering.
Okay, it could be sexually empowering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. And that's fair. And that's good.
Shorty's like, I mean, the sexual empowerment thing will definitely be another episode, but it's part of this one right now. Women can do that, but then you have like, yeah, not all guys are gonna want that type of stuff, and that's okay. I think that's okay, fam.
You said all guys are not.
No, I said not all guys are gonna want that.
All right,
that's fine.
Not all women is gonna like the Whisper song.
No, I'm saying not the song. I'm saying women that are
empowered
in that type of way. Cause I feel like that's where a lot of it comes from.
And that kind of goes back to what I was talking about.
I don't know if that's an insecurity though, or just a.
Why? Why would you not want women empowered sexually?
All right, so we go back to this thing. All right, cool. Would you want your girlfriend to have been like promiscuous from the past? Like, would you like? You know, let me not even be like politically correct. Right. Would you want your girlfriend to have like a 30 body count?
How old are we? If you're 15 with a 30 body count, I might have an issue.
15, bro.
Right, but if we're
like 25, fam.
25 with a
25.
Fuck it.
You're a good guy, man.
I don't think that makes me a good guy.
You're a good guy. No, but I'm saying.
But I know. I
me
personally understand why people have an issue with it.
I wouldn't want to do that, and I feel like the criticism of people coming from that area is from that respect. It's not insecurity respect. It's from like, okay, now all these women are going to be like this now. That's where
like
it's coming
what?
From.
They
like
didn't promote promiscuity in their song.
But that's what it seems like to them, though. So that's what I'm saying.
It's about sex, not about multiple.
It's
did they mention multiple dudes? They might have. Megan Thee Stallion's other songs were talking about side dudes and multiple dudes.
Yeah, so exactly. So you can say this song is just the biggest song in this genre right now.
Okay.
Right? So if we're saying that, and now if I'm a guy and I feel like they're promoting that type of behavior, and now women that I may have found desirable are getting this type of behavior, now it wipes out a lot of the feel for me.
So now because my future wife heard this song, she's gonna get like at least 50 more buttons before I find her.
Potentially.
That goes back to my other question. Is there any proof that these songs are making women more promiscuous. Because the girl's still only gonna mess with you if she likes you, regardless of what she hears on the radio. She's only gonna mess with you if she likes you, bro.
All right,
regardless of what she knows.
Let's reframe that into a way that we can directly answer. Was the peer pressure from high school that was combined with hip hop culture pressure you to having sex maybe before you wanted to, or just pressure you to go chase after females?
Personally, no.
Personally, no.
Personally,
but you
no.
can say for a lot of people,
a lot of people it did.
So that's probably the same thing just for these women, though. That's you know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
I can see that point. I understand.
So
that.
this is where that's the leg I feel like they have to stand on, not on this whole think about the kids or like whatever. You want to think about the kids, you gotta tell YouTube, hey fam, this video should have a content warning on it. There should be an 18 plus video. It does not have a content warning on it, fam. You just search that into YouTube, no warning, no asking, no nothing. This is no guidelines or anything. So that's a YouTube problem. That's not a culture problem, right? To go see movies with violence and killing and sexual activity, you have to be 17 years old.
I could just make a YouTube account, say my birthday is 1990.
You could, but at least put some effort into this, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least put some effort into it. Can we do that?
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's a criticism. I completely agree with. I don't want to hear nothing about, the video wasn't art. It was just one. I don't care, bro. Every video art. This video is a dude just standing down and singing a song. It's not fucking art.
Roblox.
Like, what are you talking about?
So artful, so artistic.
You know, so this is where there's a hilarious double standard, but I think there's one criticism that can stand on a leg where it's like now it's not necessarily promoting promiscuity, but that could be kind of combined with the empowerment of women's sexuality.
Do you really think that kids in high school are more or less promiscuous depending on the culture of music that they're participating in?
It's dependent on the culture. It's dependent on the culture. Right? If you go to let's say you went to an Amish high school, you wouldn't be engaging in that type of behavior, would you now? No.
Well, my parents wouldn't know.
They would definitely know, bro. They would definitely know. Like if you went to that high school, you went to like a very religious high school, like a private Catholic high school.
I did. We're all bumping T-Pain and whatever was coming out at the time.
A private Catholic high school?
Yeah.
Nigga, we went to school together. What are you talking about?
No. Before high school. Oh, you said private Catholic high school. Never mind. I went to middle school. Middle school. But we're still exposed to that stuff in the private Catholic.
I'm not saying you weren't, bro, but it's a different like that, having that different culture.
It was the exact same as high school.
I don't think so, man.
I'm telling you.
I went to private middle school too, fam.
It was the exact same culture as high school, wasn't it?
Stuff we was doing in 5th grade wasn't doing in 10th grade, man. That's all. That's like it's
but
different,
the culture, we're still in that culture.
You are, but there's more protections around you though. So you're less likely to engage that type of behavior. Like we can't openly. You can't openly bump that type of music. You can't openly like do those type of things.
Not openly, but there was some things going on in my middle school, bro.
You have stricter dress codes. You have more supervision in the private schools than public schools. So there's more guidelines and restrictions. I'm not saying it can't happen.
So the lack of freedom is what prevented middle schoolers and private Catholic high schools from engaging in promiscuous behavior.
And the culture around that too. That's what I'm saying. That's my argument, fam.
All right, I guess when I was thinking about this initially, I'm thinking about grown women at like 20.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to set the standard for grown women. I'm thinking grown for me is like 23 up. All right, if you're in college, you're not grown yet. Right? You're not grown yet. I still feel like you have a lot of growing to do if you're still in college.
I know what you're saying. But let's just say
I'm talking about the grown women.
Just talking about all adults, man. All adults. Just talking about all adults. Just include everyone.
You have enough sense to know if Cardi B says, I have all these side dudes. You have enough sense to know if that's not what I want in my life, I'm not gonna do it just because Cardi says it's cool.
Well, if you're on the fence, you're like, oh, maybe I want to try this out now. Like it's kind of popular
because Cardi said it.
No, but it's like the popular thing now because someone popular said it. It's like popular outside. Like
after high school, is popular really that?
Think about this, bro. Think about this. How many people used to openly admit to cheating, right? Or used to openly admit to messing with other dudes' girls?
I mean, that still happens.
It does. No, that's my point, though.
Oh, like it didn't happen that much before, but now it's like
it didn't happen that much before. So now you can see the culture shift.
Yeah.
Where like now there's way less boundaries now. Cheating's more
celebrated sometimes.
Cheating may not be as more like I don't have the numbers in front of me, right? But let's say cheating is the exact same as was before. It's more societally
acceptable.
Accepted. So that's the argument that's being made. That's the only argument I can find, and it's not even one that like. Yeah, you can talk about they can use this to empower people in a different way, but the record labels won't let you do that.
But at the same time,
don't be stupid.
There's been so many different cultural forces that tell women that they can't sleep with a man that they like just because of how they be seen. And now we have this opposing force saying sleep with the guy if you want to sleep with him. And so this could just be a counterbalance to what has been going on. And in that case, it's not doing any harm. It's just bringing things to where they should be. If a woman wants to have sex with a man, she should, and she shouldn't have to worry about what people are going to say about her.
Women are judged very differently than men, though.
They are, and the reason for that, I mean, I'm saying the forces that made that the case, I feel like, is a majority of the forces that are trying to like talk bad about this new movement of like women's sexual empowerment. Like we have all these we never complained about, well, women do all the time, complain about all the pressures on them to not sleep with this guy. A woman will go on a date, want to have sex with you, but she won't because of what her friends might say. That ain't right. But now Cardi's saying, yo, fuck that guy. Write his face. Make his beard wet. That's what you want to do. Fucking do it. And you should. It's not promiscuity. I don't feel like any woman who wants to be exclusive with a man is going to then be promiscuous because Cardi B...
being exclusive?
You know, because Cardi B said it. Even in high school. If you have a boyfriend that you love or a girlfriend that you love, just because Yin Yang Twins or Megan Thee Stallion came out talking about all this shit, you're going to dump the guy and say, I wanna do this and that.
You're not going to, but the culture shift doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen you hear in the song and then you go do it. The culture shift happens you hear in the song and you don't do the exact same thing, but now it's like, it's a little more accepted now to do it with this song, so you do it down the road or just do it in a lighter version of that. That's how the culture shifts. It's not like, this.
But it's not making you. So you feel like in the way it's making you someone that you wouldn't have otherwise been.
There's no way to know. There's just no way to know. There's no way to know, fam. Because like
it's hard for me to believe that people are promiscuous because of Cardi B.
No, they're not promiscuous because of Cardi B, fam.
I feel like if you're promiscuous, you wanted to be promiscuous in the first place, and that's fine.
You could have, but you didn't act on that. But now it's become the acceptable thing to do.
Why didn't you act on it? Because there were forces telling you that you'll be seen as a slut, a whore, less than, as a woman, less worthy as a wife. Because if you did that, and our Cardi's saying, fuck that noise, do what you want to do, enjoy your life, take charge of your sexual pleasure. How could we be mad at that? If you're mad at that, think about why. Why do you have a problem with women talking about this pussy's wet as hell?
I don't know, fam.
Why?
Don't know.
So we're talking about all this stuff about, this is screwing with the kids and all that stuff. And we also talked about some of the positives about it, right? Women are taking charge of their sexual pleasure. They're feeling more endowed and all that stuff.
What?
So think about back when calling a woman a bitch would like hurt her feelings.
Uh-huh.
Right? But now think about the way that women call each other bitches like they didn't used to do before.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't you say that in part that's because of the kind of like women taking charge of the word and turning it into a term of endearment, and now something that used to hurt women on a deep level isn't as effective anymore?
Yeah, but it was. I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Just me personally, I would recommend like, hey yo, bitch, like, no.
But
I feel like it's like the N-word.
Exactly. Depends on how context and intent is important, of course. But there used to be a time you couldn't call a woman like a bitch under any circumstances.
If a woman called another woman a bitch, that's not. I mean,
no. But if I have a homegirl and she's talking about, I went on a date with this guy, he was amazing, but he was 5'7". I'm like, bitch, what? She wouldn't get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? It's on some level, it's acceptable.
It depends on who it is.
Context and intent, of course, is important, but there used to be a time when no matter how or where or when or why you said it, you get slapped.
Fair.
So there is, this empowerment is not just like some short-lived kind of thing. Like this could have some long-lasting benefits. It could change the way that little girls see themselves, sure, in both a good way and a bad way.
So, I heard this thing. This dude called Donovan Sharp. A few of my friends are like big fans of it. It's like about this man. He's like one of those men's podcasts. Like, I don't want to say like verse women or but like that's daily show. He talk about relationships, all that type of shit, and he uses argument that the woman's most sacred thing that she has is her virginity. So like once that's gone, she loses so much of her desirability. I feel like a lot of people are in that mindset where if
This is 2020, bro. We ain't pilgrims no more.
we're not, fam. But like, oh, man, I remember reading this article not too long ago. It was like no one wants the slutty Sarah, but no
Kanye West disagrees.
Nobody wants the super slutty Sarah that's been with everybody that you know. Right, but no one also wants the prude Victoria that doesn't know how to do anything. They want like something in the middle, like
Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, just Megan.
Yeah,
okay.
just Megan. Right?
Okay.
Where
Like, I don't think she's in the middle.
Is sexually experienced but not promiscuous. You know, that's like I think this is where the mentality comes. Like I even say myself, like I wouldn't want to be with somebody who had like 30 bodies. But also at the same time, you want to be with.
But you don't want a virgin either.
Exactly. So
like that reminds me of the joke that my art professor told us. He was like, it was some movie that he saw, and it was a vampire. They were interviewing a vampire, and the interviewer asked the vampire, "Why do you guys always go for virgins?" And the vampire said, "Think about it like this: if you have a burger, would you rather eat it before or after someone fucked it?" And that's not the case for people, bro. You don't lose your desirability if you fuck somebody else, bro.
I mean,
like, come on.
So where that's the example, bro? I don't think if I eat my burgers, if another bull fuck this cow. That's just, I don't think about that shit.
No. He said like if someone has sex with the burger itself, like the burger was made.
Oh, okay.
And then someone had sex with it.
All right.
That's a different story. Of course, you don't want it, but that doesn't apply to people.
There's still people in that mindset though, and I feel like it's a fair thing though. No, I don't feel like it's.
I don't think it's fair to say that a woman's virginity is her
most
sacred thing.
No. I'm not saying that's fair.
Okay.
I'm saying like not wanting someone who's been with 40 people.
If that's your prerogative, that's your prerogative.
Yeah.
But you can't say that that's the.
I don't feel like that's judging like some evil ass patriarchy, you know, or something like some shit like that.
But what these dudes are doing is not only they're saying I don't want to be with a woman who has 30 more bodies. It's saying if any woman has 30 more bodies, she has considerably dropped in desirability, and if you don't feel that way, then there's something wrong with you. They're pushing that on other people, and women are fighting back. And if you want to be heard, you got to do something like what they did. There's been extreme forces that suppress women's sexuality, and so there has to be an extreme force to promote women's sexuality.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, that's fair. There has to be an extreme force because they've been held down. You know, first used to be they showed their ankles. It was a problem. You know, they started showing some kneecaps.
Like look at bathing suits evolutions over the years.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
But hasn't that gone too far though?
Bathing suits?
Yeah. My cousin recently posted a status on Facebook asking people's questions like, "Yo, when you go to the beach, can you please go into the beach with kids? Can you please wear bikinis that don't show your whole ass?" I feel like that's fair. Is that not fair, fam? Is that not fair?
So if
people that have some like basic decency, like
if I'm with my son, let's say I have a son, he's 6 years old and he's at the beach with me, and there's
Do
a
I wanna
woman
see- do
with
I
a
wanna-
thong walking, and he's seeing her whole ass.
Yeah.
Is my son now a sexual deviant?
it's not. It's about public decency, fam. It's not about being
like
deviant. It's
like
about,
this
it's about
nudity thing. Like I can understand that to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Don't show him your vagina, of course. Don't like masturbate in front of him, whatever. But if this is just part of your, if you happen to have a big ass, a fat ass, a big butt, big titties, whatever, that's
I'm
the
not
human
saying
body.
people have to. Yes, I'm not saying that, bro. I'm saying people like really walk around in thongs at the beach can be seen.
And what does that do to the children?
It's not about what it does to the children. It's about basic decency, fam. I'm not even making it. I'm just saying. I'm not even. You made a child argument. I didn't make.
But the person said, "Well, yeah, kids with
if
you."
you have kids,
Yeah.
If you're going to a place where you have kids, like have some decency. It's not even about the kids for me. Like I said, I don't care about. When people like to argue about the kids,
Right. So what does it do to you?
I think the scapegoating. Put your damn clothes on, bro. Now everybody want to see that shit. That's what's.
Why you at the beach?
I'm at the beach to chill.
When you go to the beach,
come on, fam.
things change.
Come on,
you used to
fam.
be able to go to the beach and not see that, but now you should
Come on,
expect it.
fam.
Now you should
Come on,
expect it.
fam. Nah.
Now you should. Things change, bro.
Completely different, bro.
Things change.
All I'm saying is, people can want to see whatever they want to, man.
I'm sure there's people saying, I want to be able to listen to any radio station and not hear the N-word 100 times. Things changed.
And the radio that censors it.
Well, you know what I mean. Like,
If
you know what I mean? Like
if you
vulgar
want-
language.
come on,
and
man.
you know what I mean? You know what I mean.
It's about public decency, bro.
bro, things
That's about public
change.
decency. Things do change.
And this nudity,
That's okay.
this war on the human body, I want to call it. There's no such thing, but this war on the human body, I want to call it. In movies, on beaches, just in general, it's got to stop. Free the nipple, man. Come on.
All right. You losing me here.
We're off track. I feel like we're off track.
You losing me here, bro. I'm just going to keep the bubbles.
Do you feel like women are bad at rap? And that's why they got to go to being sexual all the time? I'm gonna just throw it out there. I was gonna like transition into it, but I'm gonna just throw it out there.
So is that what's going on with
If they rap about something else, would you be engaged in it?
Probably not. I was being honest with myself.
What if it was, instead of wet ass pussy, it was a good ass credit?
No, I'll listen to that. It's just not happening to me. like, man, y'all can have your own music. Go ahead. Y'all just don't make songs for me. And you know what? That's okay. I don't hate you, mama.
Dope ass moms.
That's wonderful. Hey.
DOMs.
Do your thing.
Doms.
Do your thing.
It's not engaging. Why is that? Dudes can rap about stuff like that, being a good dad.
You know what the thing is?
Eminem had a song about being a dad and stuff like that. That did fairly well.
Which is cool.
Why can't one make a song about motherhood and have that blow up? I don't know any songs about motherhood. Do you? Like rapping songs about motherhood?
I know Common made some song about like his mom.
Common did. Right, but as a female rapper, rapping about motherhood, I think there's a good amount of songs about fatherhood from male rappers, right? Where's that for the female rappers?
I don't know, bro. I'm just saying. I had some female rappers I really rocked with, but I'll be lying to you if I had female rappers in my phone. Like, just don't like. I don't want to hear about.
And what did they talk about? Those female rappers
talk about their pussy. They talk about like niggas.
They just did it in a more lyrical way that really jived with you. Was that it? The subject matter was the same as what Megan and them are talking about, but these female rappers that you rock with, they talked about the same thing, just that they put more lyrical oomph to it.
I mean, they rapped
better
like,
bars.
I think about this little Kim and Money, Power, Respect. Like, she had some of her shit where it's like, yeah, I really rock with this. Foxy Brown had some of her joint where, yeah, I really rock with this. You know, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just the style was different, or you know. But I don't not go out my way to listen to female rappers. I don't listen to Meg. I don't listen to Cardi. I don't listen to Sweetie, something like that.
No clue.
I just don't listen to these rappers. They don't appeal to me, and that's okay. Y'all do y'all thing.
Is it though?
For me.
What if this?
It's not for me. It's okay. It's not for me.
No. Because if this female rappers are not doing their thing, like really hot on the mic, but they just don't talk about their pussies or their ass or their titties, that's a shame. They could really be doing something for the culture, but now we're not giving them no attention because
y'all too busy buying their OnlyFans. That's why. It's y'all fault.
It's our fault.
It's y'all fault.
Our fault.
Y'all. I ain't buying none of that shit.
Anyways, what's the question for this week?
What's the question for this week, man?
Why do you think there are so many men who are upset about women now talking about wet-ass pussies in a vulgar, very over-the-top way?
There's one takeaway you get from me in this episode. Rappers are not role models. That's simple. There may be a couple that are. But when you have figures rapping
you can say that all you want, though, but if that's what people see, that's what people see as cool, that's what's being portrayed as cool.
You can see it's cool, they're not role models. Don't be like them. That's all I gotta say. Right? Are Megan, Cardi pushing the culture back? That's all it is. Are they destroying culture and familyhood and
the integrity of our women?
And good conservative values? Is that what they're doing?
Is my future wife now gonna have at least 20 more bodies? Damn you, Cardi. Come on, bro.
Opinion Factory Podcast. Find us on Apple, YouTube, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Turn on your notifications. Subscribe to the channel. Share with your friends.
Share with your family.
Share the audio. We will see y'all.